Welcome, everyone, to episode number 52 of Talkin Kentucky. My name is Coleman Scott. His name is Caden Holmes. I'm here on a beautiful night in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Caden is in Hanson, Kentucky. And Caden, I accidentally just shared this live video to the Chosen discussion group on Facebook, and I quickly deleted it because I think that would have been interesting if we shared this video to a bunch of people watching the Chosen.
Yeah, what do they say? Come and see.
Yeah, get taste and see, come and see. Yeah, binge
Could have
Jesus.
captioned it with that. Come and see some Talking Kentucky.
Hey,
Yeah, we would have got
disclaimer though.
Jesus in here listening to us.
Yeah,
Follow
I know,
me,
right?
follow me.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, this is a great. Yeah, follow us. Actually, follow me, follow us, follow the page, follow Jesus. Yeah. If you haven't seen The Chosen, though, by the way, that's a
Follow
great
Jesus.
show.
That's an important one.
Yeah, you do. You do need to watch The Chosen. It's a great show, Kaden. Have you caught up on it yet? Like, have you gotten into season 2 yet or anything on The Chosen?
Well, I definitely watched the first season when I was in Texas. I don't know. I think I started the second season, but I haven't finished the second season.
Yeah, I've watched all of season 1. I've watched like the first 2 episodes of season 2. I think they've come out with season 3 already. I definitely haven't gotten into that, but I definitely need to catch up on it. I had a friend that said that episode 6 of season 2 made her cry. So I think I need to get to that episode. I need some of that in my life right now. But it's not how I intended to start the show. But anyway, there it is. So
Yeah, my favorite scene was whenever Matthew calls Matthew. That was pretty cool. There's a bunch of powerful moments, and that was one of them.
It's a good show. So if you haven't checked out the Chosen, Talking the Chosen, you need to check it out. It's National No Dirty Dishes Day. Caden, I actually don't think I do have any dirty dishes right now. I have a dirty coffee cup. I don't know if that counts, but what about you? How you doing over there in the sink?
Yeah, well, where I'm at right now, I don't have a dishwasher, so I hand wash a lot of dishes, and I try to stay caught up, but I don't always do the best at that.
Yeah, I'm terrible at that. A dishwasher is sort of a life changer for me. I didn't have one in one of my previous apartments, and that really sucked. So having the dishwasher is definitely a life changer for sure. We got Clyde and Josh here in the comments. Clyde says, hey, and sup in 2 separate comments. And Josh says, hey, what's up, guys? Mashing it all into one comment there. So Josh is being pretty efficient with his commenting right off the bat, it looks like. Getting it all in one there. It is International Museum Day. Caden, are you a big museum guy?
Yeah, I like museums. I don't know the last time I went to one.
What's your favorite museum you've ever been to?
Gosh, well, here in Bowling, not here, but in Bowling Green, here in Western Kentucky, we have the National Corvette Museum. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, I forget that's in Kentucky. Yeah, I need to check that out. A bunch of my friends have been there, but I've never been. So
in Houston, of course, we had the NASA Museum and everything. Or it's called Space Center Houston. That was pretty cool. They had like moon rocks and stuff like that.
I would like to like hold a moon rock or something. I've been to like the Louisville Science Center Museum or whatever, and it has like the space food or whatever with the ice cream, like the dried ice cream sandwiches and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool.
I can imagine space food being just about as bad as plain food.
It is, and it's dry, so like it. I mean, there's not really any point to it other than hey, it's cool. This is what they in space, and I don't think I would want to eat any space food that's like not a dried ice cream sandwich. Because I feel like dried up anything else, like dried up actual food, would probably not be that good.
No, it wouldn't. And I can't eat. I mean, you got what? Dried fruit. Have you ever had dried fruit before?
I've had dried fruit. No, dried fruit I can get behind. I mean, that's still sugary. You got like mango,
food,
banana,
right?
stuff like that. Yeah.
Dried fruit's probably a space food, right? Because that's actually good.
I think it could be dehydrated like mango. I could tear up some dried mango.
Yeah, agreed. I can't imagine dried ice cream though. I mean, I feel like what is that basically a cookie?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
know.
it's kind of like melts in your mouth kind of thing. I guess
Dried
real ice
vanilla.
cream melts in your mouth too, though. So I don't
Gotcha.
really know how that works. But anyway, it's National Space Day. Is that no? It's not even National Space Day. It's National Museum Day. That's what got us off on that tangent. Um,
Josh likes
and
those space ice cream sandwiches. He says.
oh yeah, okay, yeah, they are good, I guess.
I didn't know
Yeah,
people
I
actually ate
mean,
that.
yeah, I can't say I frequent the space ice cream sandwiches, but I guess they do exist. So, it's also National Notebook Day. Caden, I've done one thing with my trumpet lessons that I teach. I've started taking notes on every single lesson and giving them the notes afterwards. And I think that's been a really good addition to the trumpet teaching. Are you a big notebook guy? When you're in class in college, were you somebody that took notes on your laptop, or did you take notes like handwritten? Because I'm a big handwritten guy.
Yeah, I think I took handwritten notes for the most part, but I feel like as I get older, I'm more of a notebook person for sure. And that's definitely important for trumpet lessons. I always liked whenever Dr. Doval would write our assignments out for us. That was really helpful. So, of
So you know to practice. I mean, that's right. I mean,
course.
especially with sixth graders and stuff like that. You got to write it out because how else are they supposed to remember? We need to have Dr. Doble on the show.
Does he even has he even watched our podcast?
I'm gonna go with no. But if we hear from him, like if he texts us saying that he listened to this and heard us talking about him right now, then we'll know that he listens. But if he doesn't, then we'll know that he doesn't listen. So I think
Something
that's a good
tells
way to
me
tell.
he'd find it wildly entertaining.
I think he would too. Um, and speaking of wildly entertaining and trumpet, Caden, this is I literally wrote this on my list of topics. Caden, we're going to start a trumpet camp in Lexington. Level up trumpet camp.
Level Up Trumpet Camp, brought to
That's
you by Talkin Kentucky.
to you about Talking Kentucky. We thought, although I don't know if we should call it a camp really because it's more of a day. It's like 4 hours out of one day. Do you think that 4 hours out of your life can be considered a camp?
I No, but my original title was what, Trumpet Day in Lexington.
I
So
like that. Yeah,
somehow
trumpet day in
it changed
Lexington.
into Level Up Trumpet Camp, but it's got a ring to it.
Level up trumpet day or something, whatever you want to call it. Uh, we are trumpet players and trumpet teachers, and that's what we do. So wanted to put that feel. I'm not sure if any prospective level up trumpet camp listeners are out there listening to this episode, but if they are, then what better platform to advertise it than Talking Kentucky? I also think Talking Trumpet would have been a good name for the camp.
Yeah, and we're
Uh,
doing a recital that night too. So if anyone wants to hear some trumpet,
hey,
it'll
we
be
should make that
pretty
open
good.
open to the public.
Yeah, I thought about that. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, half the audience will be like trumpet people, and half the audience will be Talking Kentucky people.
It'd be hilarious.
That would be the most diverse audience I've probably ever played for. So that'd be really great.
Outside of,
Um,
well, you didn't play for Turtle Man's mom, but for those
oh
that
yeah,
went to
we've been
UK and
down
played
this
for
road.
Turtle's mom, that's a diverse audience for sure.
That is a diverse audience. We've been down this road with the Turtle Man Baroque trumpet thing. Yeah, that speaking of diversity, yeah, that's very Baroque trumpet, and I mean that's two opposite ends of the spectrum right there. You got Baroque trumpet and Turtle Man. I don't think it gets any different than that. Lisa Marie Scott says trumpet talking. I agree. I think that could be a good name for it. And this episode maybe it'll even be called Talking Trumpet. Who knows? Um, the big Kentucky news for today is this morning, four-star quarterback out of Lexington Christian Academy, Cutter Boley, picked the Cats over, let's see, I think it was Tennessee, Florida State, Penn State, and Michigan. So those are some other good schools, Caden. It's always good when somebody picks Kentucky over Tennessee, by the way, too.
Yeah, I was reading the KSR article earlier. He's from Hodgenville. I didn't realize that. That's not too far
LaRue
away, but
County. I think that's where
in
that
LaRue
is,
County.
LaRue County. Yeah, which
That's
is
from
also
Kentucky,
where.
right?
Yeah,
Hodgenville.
yeah. And that's where Abraham Lincoln is from too. So
That
famous. I think Bowley's a close second to Abraham Lincoln. So that's good there. So we're definitely going to get into that a little bit and talk about Cutter Bowley and what that means for Kentucky football. Wanted to make a little announcement at the beginning of the show here for all our Patreon subscribers and prospective Patreon subscribers. We used to have two different tiers. We had a blue tier and a white tier. The blue tier was you got it was $5 a month and you get a sticker. White tier was $10 a month and you got a coffee mug. Well, now we just combined them into one tier. So because actually nobody ever subscribed to our blue tier with the sticker. All our subscribers or our supporters are in the coffee mug tier.
can't
So
blame them.
now, yeah, I can't blame them. I mean, that mug looks great. Um, so now, if you subscribe to our $10 a month Patreon, then you will get a Talking Kentucky mug and you'll get a sticker in the mail as well and a shout out on the episode. So if you're like
After 3 months,
Josh,
I think, right?
yeah, for 3 months. Once you say subscribe for 3 months, you'll get all that stuff. So if you're like Josh and you're already subscribed, you'll get the sticker as well in due time, as well as the coffee mug. And I know Josh has already gotten his mug, so wanted to make that announcement. So some exciting things happening in our Patreon. So we'll just remind you to support us there, and you can get some cool stuff in return. So I think it's a good move, Caden. Right? You get a mug and a sticker. Who couldn't want a Talking Kentucky coffee mug and a sticker?
Yeah, I agree, and I think the obvious um, is that no one bought the sticker version, so it's
Yeah.
probably good to to combine those.
Josh's Wahoo, the mug is really cool. Well, if you like the mug, you like the sticker. I think that's true. You can put the sticker anywhere. You could put it you can put it on your laptop, you can put it on your car, you can put it on the other side of the mug for all I
On your
care.
forehead, yeah, really
Forehead.
anything.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Um Clyde Harris says Cutter Bowley is him. Uh everybody's been everybody says that lately, and I feel
That is
old because
pronoun.
I I guess so. I don't get. I mean, I think it is. I don't get that though. Um, the whole him thing. Haven't you heard this recently? Like, oh, LeBron is him, or I'm him, or whatever. What is that from? Maybe Claude can explain it because I don't get it. Have you heard this?
No, but that sounds like some millennial garbage I don't want to be a part of.
Well, okay. Uh, I mean I don't disagree, but the him stuff, yeah, I just if somebody could explain that to me, um, that would be great. So
I'm not the one to explain. Sorry.
yeah, that's okay. I mean, maybe Clyde
Shock.
is,
I know it's
maybe
a real shocker there, but
yeah, definitely shocker there. Speaking of millennials, the state of Montana has banned TikTok. Uh,
I sure
Caden,
to
can you
say
get
they
on
ban
board?
millennials.
Uh, can you
I
can
thought
you
good
get
for
on
them, but
can you get on board with the Montana TikTok ban?
oh, for sure. Yeah, let's
Why is
ban
that?
everything else while we're at it.
Why do you support the ban of TikTok?
Because TikTok is a cesspool.
Well, it is, but it's also how China is spying on us, apparently, with the
No,
Chinese.
that's their balloons.
Yeah, well, that's the balloon and TikTok. I think the balloon was a good secondary spy, but I think they're mainly spying and stealing all our information from the TikTok. So, but how do you think they're going to enforce that? Like, are they going to go around to everybody's phone and tell them to delete TikTok? I mean, how's that going to work? All these like high schoolers that are on TikTok are like going to revolt and like storm the Bastille over Montana
Unless
banning
they
it.
know like everyone's IP address, I don't see that happening.
See, LeBron or Claude says LeBron is him. Jimmy Butler is him. Like, what does that mean? I've been seeing this everywhere. I just don't get it. Like, what is going on? I don't get most of the things that are going on right now. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's the millennials, whatever going on. But I would just love it if somebody could explain that to
Are
me
they
because I
trying to
don't.
say they're good? Like they're the
Yeah,
GOAT
I
or
guess
something?
I think that's what it means. Yeah,
Oh
but
well, Michael
I'm
Jordan's him then.
yeah, then Michael Jordan would be him. Uh, is it like saying they're the goat? Like Michael Jordan is the goat, then he is also him. Is that what we're saying?
LeBron James definitely not the GOAT. So
I feel like that. Well, then he's not him either.
is he her then?
God, I guess. LeBronda, whatever.
LeBron,
Uh,
LeBrenda.
Claude says I only use TikTok to learn important information. Claude, what important information are you learning? TikTok. What Caden, what kind of important information do you think Claude is getting on TikTok?
It's probably all those Olivia Dunn videos.
I don't know if that's information, but
It's
if Claude
information
wants
of some
to call
sort.
that information, I guess it's some kind of yeah. Uh, okay, Josh says that player is a beast is what him means. That makes sense. Why don't we just say they're a beast? Okay, well, anyway,
They're good. They're talented. Why can't we just say that?
I
Yeah, there we go.
agree.
I'm glad we agree on this podcast.
Okay, Michael Jordan is him. He's the GOAT and he's him. Him is the GOAT. Talking him. LeBron is definitely the Claude, you don't think that. Claude says LeBron is definitely the GOAT. He
Yeah, but
doesn't
this
actually
is
think
the
that,
same
does he?
guy that thinks North Carolina is the best.
But I feel like Claude has said Michael Jordan's the GOAT before on here. He doesn't actually think that LeBron is the GOAT, does
And he
he?
also thought our football team was going to go 12-0.
Well, that's true. We also thought we were going to beat Vanderbilt in South Carolina. So I don't
I
think
did
anybody
think
knows
I did
what.
think that at least.
Yeah, that's true. Um, anyway, I don't know how we got off on all that. What do we? Oh, we were talking about Montana banned TikTok. Yeah, so um, just thought that was funny. Wanted to bring that up. It's the summer, so I thought I would bring that up. Another announcement I forgot to make at the beginning of the episode is next Tuesday. Okay, it's going to be a rare Tuesday edition of Talking Kentucky. We're going to have Corey Price on the show, and he's going to talk a little bit about him, not in the fact that Corey Price is him, but he's going to talk about himself a little bit, and we're going to ask him about him, and we're gonna it's going to be fun to have him on, Caden.
Yeah, I agree. That's one kind of career path that I don't really know much about. I don't know how you get
Yeah,
into something like that, so
well, I'm excited to.
definitely want to learn about that.
Yeah, I'm excited to ask about that. We'll probably get his thoughts on some UK football and basketball stuff as well. We'll probably ask some random questions as well. So next Tuesday, when we have all these guests on, Caden, we got to do it when they do it. I mean, we got to do it when they're available, sort of thing. Which makes sense, with having Corey Hunt on.
Yeah.
If he's playing with Luke Combs on a Thursday or Friday night, I feel like that's a pretty good excuse for us to do the show a different night so that he could come on the show. I think playing with Luke Combs can be an excused absence from Talking Kentucky.
He should just be on the show while they're playing.
I
I
mean, that
think
could
that
be
would
cool
be
too.
I think that would be a cool experience. But
Yeah,
but yeah, we gotta those guys like that. We're definitely open to fitting their schedule for sure.
yeah, no, there's no doubt. So Tuesday, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, Corey Price is going to be on the show. So a rare Tuesday edition of Talking Kentucky next week, and we'll post on our page about that as well a little bit here. might even do. Kate and I have been talking about doing another tier list. We've been talking about doing an SEC mascots tier list, and I feel like that would be entertaining as well. So we'll probably do that on either that episode or a episode coming up in the near future. So
I already have an idea who's going to lose that. By the way, probably the same team that loses everything else.
yep, Vanderbilt it has a fitting
It's the
mascot.
same.
Their fight song sucks. Their mascot sucks. Everything sucks. So Clyde followed up and said he's no North Carolina fan. So he's just reminding us of that. It's kind of like when Matt Jones calls John Short a liberal, and he says I'm not a liberal. We call Clyde a North Carolina fan, and he says I'm not a North Carolina fan. It's kind of the same thing there. So did you listen to KSR the other day when Matt talked about he was like going to talk to his iHeart boss about something about going on like a national, having a national audience instead of, or being on a national network instead of a local network?
No, I didn't hear that.
Talking about that. He said something like that, like his boss wanted to listen to like 3 of his best episodes. Like he told Matt, send me your best 3 episodes. And Matt said, yeah, just listen to the last 3. Do we
the
have
last
that?
3 days?
Yeah, last 3 days. Do you feel that confident about our show, Caden? Like, do you think that we could just have
Josh Hart already said that we're better than them, and he said that it's not even close. He said it's a long shot. So yeah, I'm pretty confident.
All right. Okay. Well, I just wanted to check in. So you think we get better and better each week is what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, just look at episode 1 to 2, the difference there. So just been up from there, honestly.
Well, that's a good point. We've got some Kentucky basketball news, by the way, and we're going to get into that a little bit.
Wait just a second, Josh. You weren't a fan of our first show?
We've had 51 great shows. Oh yeah, hey,
this is 52.
52. Yeah.
Okay.
So this isn't a great show yet. We've got to earn it.
He's waiting. Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, Josh. I don't think episode number 1 was a great show. I don't know if Josh, have you listened to episode number 1? Because if you haven't, then you probably shouldn't. I'm curious though, Josh, have you gone back and listened to some of our first episodes? Because I would be curious to see if you have or not. So we got some Kentucky basketball news. We'll get into that a little bit. But we've got some Kentucky baseball and Kentucky tennis news, some sports that are actually going on right now. Caden, Kentucky was the national runner-up last year in tennis, and we made a big deal about that, especially after losing to St. Peter's. Kentucky tennis is in the Elite 8 this weekend playing Virginia. Caden, do you think we have a chance? Do you think Virginia plays like YMCA tennis, like they play YMCA basketball?
Well, I'm honestly shocked that they've gotten this far, considering they're known for blowing it in the first round of tournaments. So
Virginia.
I think we got a pretty good chance, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, so you think Virginia loses in the first round in tennis just like they do in basketball?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You think they lose to like UMBC in tennis?
The Golden Retrievers or whatever they are.
The Golden Retrievers, yeah. University of Maryland, Baltimore County. The loyal BBN fan is in here. Nice to see him. He says, hello today, guys. We need to have him on the show again. So
yeah, that was a good show.
That was a good show. That's Josh Hart's favorite show, he said, by the way.
We talked about almond juice, and I don't know what else we talked about, but I do remember that. That's pretty funny.
Remember the almond juice thing.
He wasn't a fan.
Almond milk, which you called almond juice. Yeah, I remember that. And then Kentucky baseball has their last home series of the season this weekend against Florida. They're playing tonight. I think they're playing right now, actually. Not sure what the score is. Maybe somebody can update us on that if you have the score. But, Caden, if they win at least 2 out of the 3 games in the series against Florida, that means they're going to be hosting in the NCAA tournament, maybe even hosting in the super regional in the round after that. So that would be a huge plus for us and potentially going to our first College World Series ever. Caden, I'm sure you're just as much of a baseball expert as you are a football expert, as am I. So you got any thoughts on Kentucky baseball?
I played baseball way back in the day in like fifth grade. I was a pitcher, but that's probably the extent of my baseball knowledge.
Yeah, I played t-ball. That was about it. So
I've always heard Kentucky had a pretty good baseball team. My question is though, what so how do you become a host? Is it like top four teams? Is this like
it's
the
like seeding.
NCAA? You're a one seed if you're in the top four. Is it that
Yeah,
same kind of thing?
it's based on seeding, but I don't really know how many teams there are, anything like that. I know there's a selection show and it's based on seeding. Um, I'm learning more about baseball because LSU is so good down here than the number one team in the country. But last year, Caden, we were going to fire Nick Mangione, and this year, we've done a lot better. So he's turned it around. So hopefully the Cats get a big couple
Tell me
wins
he
and they
made
can
some
win.
adjustments.
He did make some adjustments, unlike some other coaches that we've talked to. So
Hey, maybe
that's
this is the year.
yeah.
See
Well,
some
no, for
positivity.
adjustments, no,
Yeah.
it's not. It's definitely not the year. But I don't think that year's ever coming. But in any case, hope the Batcats can get a couple big wins against Florida so that they can host in the NCAA tournament. So, um, have you heard about all these teams that want to leave the ACC, Caden?
No, but I'm surprised it took him this long.
Yeah, why would you not want to leave the ACC, right? No, that's true. Yeah, I think it's something like Louisville and who all is it? It's like Louisville, North Carolina, NC State. A bunch of teams are wanting to leave the ACC. Uh, you think they're coming to the SEC? Because I feel like the SEC is already too big as it is. We're gonna have what 16 teams with when we add Texas and Oklahoma. So can you see like
Wasn't
Louisville in the SEC? No way,
wasn't
right? They would
Louisville
get
in the
crushed.
Big East like a few years
They
ago?
were. They
So
were in the American Conference before that, I think.
so
They've been all over the place.
is this kind of like graduating these players graduating high school? You can just do whatever you want,
I
kind of
guess
thing.
so. I guess
What it
that's
seems like they're
what it is.
switching all the time.
Switching all the time. Yep. So I thought that was kind of crazy. All these teams
Surely
leaving
not
the
coming to the
SEC.
SEC though. I mean, we already got what 2 or 3 teams we're
Yeah, it
adding,
might be
so there's
like
no way.
Big Ten, maybe. But then they have to keep changing the name, right? It's got to be like now they got to change it to Big 14 or Big whatever it would be.
Big
Pac-12
14,
used to
the lamest thing I've ever heard.
the Big 28. Yeah. Um, yeah, I feel like Southeastern Conference is going to have to be like the United States of America conference, the everybody conference or something now, I feel like. Um, I saw this stat that Duke is the only major school that didn't lose a scholarship player to the transfer portal this offseason. Caden, does that make you a little jealous? Because I got to be honest, that does me a little bit. That tells me that Duke has their stuff together as a basketball program, and we very much don't right now.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. That's all I can say.
There's not. I
I
mean, that's what I said when I saw it. I was like, "Yep, that sucks." Because like, and this brings me to the next point: is Kentucky basketball now that we can add an extra assistant coach? Kentucky basketball is planning on hiring like a general manager position, and everybody's like on board with that and like happy about it. But Caden, if you're the coach, shouldn't you also like sort of act as the general manager of your team? What's John Calipari's job going to be now that we're adding all these extra people to scout and be the general manager and the offensive
almost
and
sound
defensive
like an NBA
coordinator?
team. They got all those positions as well. But
Well, I know. Yeah. So what's
you know
Cal
what?
doing? Duke couldn't have
I,
all that. They have Jay Lucas now recruiting, but Duke has John Shire. And what that tells me, if I'm being serious for a minute, is that Duke has built a culture of people who want to be there because it's Duke and they believe in the program. And that's what Kentucky needs to be, and that's what Kentucky is not right now.
Well, going back to the transfer thing, I guess my first thought is, yeah, they might not have lost anyone to the portal, but I guarantee they gained players from the portal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I bet
Mm-hmm.
I'd be willing to say they probably gained several. They
I
probably do
think
every single
you're
year.
probably right. I don't know off my head. You're probably right about that. They did. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Um, did you see Rob Dillingham graduated? By the way,
That's good. I know we were
yeah, I
nervous
know.
about him not making it next year, so
I
I'm
know.
glad.
He posted a selfie on Instagram and said,
We
"Who wasn't
say
going to graduate?"
that's pretty funny.
So I'm glad that we have him because we've definitely been down that road of players that have uh yeah played. Oh, we got Marsha in the comments, by the way. She's back after we haven't seen her in a few episodes here. Josh Hart says Duke sucks. speaking speaking truth
It's
there.
true.
And so does Claude there. So
Yeah,
uh,
saying that's like a cuss word in this podcast.
it is, yeah. Especially for Claude being a North Carolina fan.
Yeah, so he really hates them.
He really hates Duke. Yeah. Um, just kidding, Claude. We don't actually think that sometimes. But I saw this. Have you heard all this kind of hype about Chris Livingston, about NBA scouts telling Chris Livingston he's basically not good enough to go to the
I
NBA right
saw
now?
that. I still think he's going.
Oh, I think he is too. But one scout said, and I quote, if you held 100 drafts, Chris Livingston would go undrafted in most of them.
I just don't
So,
believe that. He'd
I
at
mean,
least be in the second round.
it shocks me too. Oscar also said that he thinks that an NBA team is going to like what he does, that there'll be at least one team that likes what he does. And I agree
If
with
you
him.
think about some of the guys we've had that have gone to the NBA, even in the first round, I feel like Chris Livingston's better than, you know what I mean? So I think there's going to be a spot. It's like someone with that length and athleticism and work ethic, someone will take him.
I think so. And then Oscar too. Like, I still can't believe we haven't heard anything about Oscar. I feel like we get on here every week and we're like, well, what's Oscar going to do? And nobody knows. But
This his
I changed
wording.
from
I
week.
feel like he basically is saying he's gone. The way, like when I read
Yeah.
case articles and they type out like what he said, just the
Yeah.
way he words things, like saying things like Kentucky will always be my family and all this stuff. It's like he's already
Yeah.
out the door. That's
Yeah.
what it
It's
feels
like
like.
he's not
I could
coming
be
back.
wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but
Kentucky will always be my family. And then he comes back. I will miss Kentucky. I loved it very much. Comes
yeah,
back
that's
for
what
another
he's
year.
saying right
Like,
now.
I know. It's not going to happen. But there's a lot of cats in the NBA conference finals right now, just not on the Celtics, another team that Claude is a fan of. Um, we're just roasting Claude today. But cats in the NBA finals, we got on the Heat, we got Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and then Jamal Murray on the Nuggets. And then we got 3 on the Lakers. We have Anthony Davis and Jared Vanderbilt. And I didn't even realize this, Caden, but Wenyen Gabriel plays for the Lakers. Did you know that? I don't even think I realized that Wenyen Gabriel played for the Lakers.
Yeah,
So
they switch teams so much that we probably have what 50 guys in the NBA and 3/4 of them I don't know where they're at. I feel like a bad fan, but I just don't keep up with the NBA.
I completely agree with you. Um, uh, no, I can't. So I know we're not gonna. We were originally gonna try to do this mascot tier tonight, but we're gonna put it off till next episode. But Caden, when I was pulling up the Oklahoma um mascot, I like to put the name of the mascot next to every mascot's picture. And so I went into the article the picture was from to see what the mascot's name was. Uh, I'm not making this up. Would you like to know the title of the article?
Sure.
Okay, so it was. I thought still had it pulled up here, but I don't. But it was. I'm gonna recreate this. Oklahoma mascot gets fired for taunting Travis Ford's wife. That's what the title of the article was, and that's. I opened up the article. That's pretty much what happened. He basically
When was
went
that from?
over. It was from 2015.
Is that when he was at OSU?
Yeah, when he was at OSU, he went over to the OSU section. The mascot did, and apparently, like, blocked Travis Ford's wife's vision and poured popcorn on her. Can you believe that? What are the odds that just this random
Thanks.
picture of Oklahoma's mascot I click on and it's that got fired for taunting Travis Ford's wife? But what a Kentucky connection there.
Yeah, when I went to OSU, there were a lot of it seemed to be a lot of Kentucky connections. Like was it Eddie Sutton, I think, that coached at OSU as well. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Travis Ford, he's a Massiville guy from
Yep.
my hometown. But yeah, that's awesome.
What's that Morgan Wallen song? More Than My Hometown. That's a good one.
I'm not that familiar with that one. I do know "Sand in My Boots." It's been all
Sand
over
in
the
My Boots.
place
Yeah, there's
recently.
also Talking Tennessee. So Luke needs to get on that Talking Kentucky one. That's for sure.
We'll persuade Corey when he comes on here.
Yeah, we absolutely will. So, um,
We'll
what was I
say
going to say?
we'll give you a hat. All we need in return is a song.
Yeah, Overcome song named after our show. That's all we need.
That's the
We're not
least.
asking
We'll say
for
that's the
much.
least
Yeah,
you could do.
yeah, that is the least you could do. Have you seen this hypothetical East-West for when Texas and Oklahoma are added
Nope.
to the conference? It's by on three. So the West would be Arkansas, LSU, Mississippi, Mississippi State, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, and Texas A&M, meaning that the East would be Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Vanderbilt, which would mean that we would never win the East ever, probably. Not with that. Alabama and Georgia in the same division. Although I'm not completely convinced that it's gonna end up just being East West. They might just do these little pod divisions they're talking about, which I think would be preferable. If we got like South Carolina and Vanderbilt or something. Although we did
I'm
lose to both
thinking.
of them.
I'm thinking. I feel like it even makes the basketball harder too, having to play Alabama all those times, right?
It does. Yep.
Because they've been on top last year too.
Yeah, they have been on top. Um, well, you can give us a shout, guys, on our Talking Kentucky phone line at 502-234-1504. Talk to us about Cutter Bowley. Talk to us about if you know what the score of the Kentucky baseball game is, because we don't. Or if you want to register for our trumpet camp, you can also call us in and register for that. This is we do have a Google form, but if you call Talking Kentucky, I feel like we can get you signed up that way too, for sure. And we got Claude on the phone. How's it going, man?
Good, good. Yeah, I did hear about that actually, about those. Where this is like, I guess this is like the last season where we might have a East and West SEC due to, because after this season, you got Texas and Oklahoma joining the SEC after this season, so they'll be in 2025.
That's right.
And I heard that they might just quit the whole SEC West, SEC East because they're already adding two more teams. And to be honest, I think they should get rid of Texas A&M and Missouri in football and in basketball. I think both of those
Just
teams
get rid of them.
Get on out because
Total.
they both suck.
Just cut them.
Both sports.
Yeah, they just. I mean, Missouri especially. I mean, Texas A&M I could kind of see keeping, but man, Missouri, just like, why are they even here? No, I agree. Kick them back to like wherever they were. The Big 12, I guess, is where they were.
Throw Vandy in while we're at it.
Yeah, may as well. What would you feel? So you would cut Texas A&M and Missouri before you cut Vandy?
I don't know. I like being a Vandy in basketball. Well, actually, let me take that back. Hold up. We don't really beat them up anymore. They more likely beat us up. So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we can't talk.
It goes hand in hand now. I don't know. But with football, with Texas A&M, I am so tired of Jimbo Fisher. He's a con artist, and he sucks. I don't care that he won a national championship with Florida State. He sucks now. They always hype him up that, oh, maybe this is the year that he'll beat Saban and all that. And what usually happens, Nick Saban always beats him, except for Bryce Young's first year as a starter. They went down there, and then they lost. But, they literally had to play
Nick Saban's him.
Perfect game in order to beat them.
Yeah, Nick Saban is him, Clyde.
Yes, he is. He's the greatest college coach of all time. Yes.
He is.
Without a question. He is the best. There's no question about it. Kirby's kind of on his way, but Kirby has yet to reach the level of Nick Saban.
Yeah,
Nick Saban is I put Nick Saban as number one. I mean, there's a couple other people that you might throw at number one, but it's hard. Saban's won too many national championships to really like you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Well, you talk about Jimbo Fisher. I think Jimbo Fisher is kind of the football version of John Calipari because he has a buyout that's too big, and he's only won one national championship when he should have won more. So I mean, I think there's a lot of similarities there between Kentucky and A&M.
Well, see, the thing about Jimbo, he runs the same style of offense. It's like Cal wants to run the same style of offense for basketball, and they neither one will adjust because they think their way is going to work. But really, if you take a step back, actually insanity, to be honest. Like, that's actually crazy. Like, you have to be mentally not right up in your mind to want to continue to run the same stuff and not like, well, it's my way, it's gonna work, and I'm just show all you haters that it's gonna work when it just doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. That's why we have taken a step back these last 4 years. We've been more step back than we have been, forward. Same with A&M. A&M's been terrible. They've been absolutely terrible. Well, I wouldn't say terrible, but they haven't been.
They kind of have. Yeah. Maybe they should get Buzz Williams to coach football. But what do you think about this Cutter Boley kid?
I really like this a lot. I actually saw him in person. It wasn't one of the games. My cousin Chase he plays Pee Wee football. They were actually playing over there where LCA plays. And when we showed up, it was his first ever football game. LCA was having a practice, and that's fun. That's like I think a week or two after Cutter hurt his leg, and he had to wear that brace on his foot. I don't know if y'all remember that, but
I don't remember
Matt Jones and everybody was talking about it. Yeah, he had this like boot on his foot, and yeah, he was just standing over there in the middle of the field, and I kept looking at that kid. I'm like, good Lord, he's tall. He is a tall kid.
Yeah, well, he's like 6'5" or something.
Yeah, he's 6'5", and his dad is 6'9". That boy comes from a tall family, and all the stuff I've seen. Like, this kid is a gunslinger. He needs to add more meat to his bones, more strength, which he will. He's only just a high school kid, so you wait till he gets to college. He'll put more meat on his muscle, and he'll be fine. He's going to be a stud. I'm excited to see what he's going to do with Liam Cohen and what Mark Stoops can add to that. I'm just really happy about it. When he had Tennessee up there, I was like, good Lord, if he picks Tennessee.
Well, that's the thing I was going to say is he was going to pick Tennessee, Caden. Like, if Scangarillo stuck around, he was going to go to Tennessee. And that would have sucked. Kid from Lexington goes to Tennessee. I mean, that would have been a tough hit for Kentucky football.
And I knew it was hard when, when we got Randall Cobb, when Tennessee thought they was going to get Cobb at that time. And I knew it was hard for Tennessee people to see Cobb come to Kentucky.
Oh, that's right, because he's from Knoxville, right?
Yes, he is. He's from right there in Knoxville, Tennessee. I know he grew up as a Volunteers fan, but obviously he saw Kentucky as the best option. And I'm still with you all on Oscar and Livingston and all these guys. I'm still trying to get all the information I can about this roster, especially this Keyshawn Johnson guy from S State. And I just don't know what's going to happen. Like, there's not many options left out there. And, what do you really do?
That's a good point. Like, Caden, you don't think they'd be going after the San Diego State kid if Livingston was coming back, right?
Yeah, because I think that kid's kind of the same body type. He's 6'7" and long, wing type player. I think that's who they're trying to replace. Now, I don't know about Oscar. I don't know, because ideally we need another big dude, because we're only going to have Onyenzo.
Yeah, what are we going to do? So because the transfer portal is closed now. So if Oscar doesn't come back, then aren't we? I mean, maybe I'm being negligent, but aren't we screwed if Oscar doesn't come back?
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are screwed if he doesn't come back.
Because we have Ugana and Bradshaw, and that's it.
We need Keyshawn Johnson bad, and he commits this Saturday of where he's going. It's either us or Arizona. And I was listening to Sources Say yesterday and stuff. They was talking about it, and
I think Arizona's the favorite, aren't they?
Huh?
I think Arizona's the favorite, aren't they?
Yeah, but I also keep seeing that we're the favorite, so I really honestly have no idea.
I don't think anybody knows. Yeah.
I'm so lost. I really don't know, and I'm worried.
But who's gonna? I don't even know what our big man rotation is going to be like, Caden. Like even if we get this Keyshawn Johnson guy, Ugana and what's his face are going to need a break. Bradshaw are going to need a break. Like, what's our big man rotation going to look like? What are we going to do?
Aren't those the only two guys that are over 6'7" on the team?
Yeah.
Well,
because Lance Ware and Collins are already transferring, right? So,
right.
I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, I like Uganda better than Lance Ware anyway. So
I do too.
And we saw that last year with his rim protecting. Like Lance, I think Uganda barely played, and Uganda has more block shots than Lance Ware does in his whole career. So, and we should have used Uganda more than Lance Ware last year. I think we would have had a better chance. But Cal, we know how he is, so whatever.
Well, Clive, thanks for calling in as always, and glad we got Cutter Bowley, and maybe he can, well, he's gonna I was gonna say maybe he can reclassify, but he is reclassifying, right? Like he's gonna move up somewhere. He'll be a senior next year, and that way he'll be able to come in the year after Devin Leary. So that'll be nice.
Yes.
What I think will probably happen with that, by the way, is I think we'll probably go in the portal, get another Devin Leary type guy, transfer QB to where Cutter can sit behind him for a year and then be the starter the next year. That's what I hope would happen.
Right. You got to start planning for the future because, if you want to start winning, you got to go get the guys in order to win games. You can't just go around and not do nothing. You got to do something. So.
Well, Claude, thanks for calling in. As always, we appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. You guys are the best. Love you guys. And I'm going to get back to the show.
All right. Back at you, man.
All righty.
Hey, Claude loves us, Caden.
That's what he said.
That is what he said. There's this, I forget where the school is. I thought I saved the article. But there's this school in, I don't know, let's say it was in Tennessee or something, because Tennessee sucks. There was this high school senior prank. It was 17 of the seniors put balloons in the hallway of the classroom or of the school. And the principal is not letting them walk at graduation just for putting balloons. in the hallway. Now there's been a lot more vicious senior pranks out there, and Caden, I just feel like there's like been a big revolt from the parents and like the community to this principal that like won't let them walk at graduation. I feel like that's pretty unfair, isn't it, Caden?
Yeah, it's a little overboard, and I think probably when our parents were in school, the pranks were 10 times worse. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's insane.
Josh, what's up, man?
Hey, how you guys doing this evening?
We're doing pretty good. It's a spectacular Thursday. It feels like a Friday because we're on the air, but we're back to our regular Thursday slot tonight.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, I agree when you guys have certain guests and they're only available at certain times, you're gonna have to change the show up. So
yeah, that's
it's
true.
so cool. I mean, because you sent out my notifications today, so I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I got something to do tonight." So.
Heck yeah! Well, we are.
Oh,
glad
so you
to
get
be
you got a notification? I wasn't sure how that worked when it went live. Like if they have to set it up,
and it goes straight to your messenger from your old webpage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you set that up, Josh?
Did I set it? No, it's just I guess he just sending out notifications, letting everybody know it was like a Facebook. He just tagged everybody, probably that's on your old list, and it automatically just sent a message to our messenger.
Well,
that's
there
good.
we go.
I didn't realize how it did that.
Yep, that's how I knew your show was on tonight. Plus, it was on your Facebook feed that you were doing it too. But I also got a notification from the show.
Well, good. Well, what you got?
Something you guys. I went to the doctor, by the way. I don't have to have surgery, so that's a good thing. I'm still going to be out another 6 weeks.
Oh, that's good. You don't have to have surgery, but yeah, I saw your post about that. Yeah, I hope you get well soon. Still praying for you.
I appreciate that a lot. Some things you guys that I was going to talk to you about was mainly the quarterback, but they also got a running back the other day from NC State.
Yeah, he was the guy that played with Devin Leary.
His name because I'll butcher it if I do, but it first looks like his first name's Denny.
Yeah, it's like Denny Sebadabudja or something.
It's Denny Suma Kornjabai or something like that. Yes. It's really hard to pronounce. But apparently he's supposed to be pretty good. And then they also got a guy from Northern Illinois, Devian Rayner.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a safety or maybe he's got something to do with the defense. I think.
Yeah, I think so. And where was he from? Wasn't he a D2 guy?
No, he was. Is that Northern Illinois?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're just taking all Northern Illinois players because we had an offensive line transfer from them to come in.
Yeah.
So
we had one come in the other day from what was that kid? I think we already talked about it. The guy from Ohio State. He's going to be. He's a pretty solid player, and he came down. So they're definitely. I'll tell you what, Kentucky football is really on their game right now about recruiting in state and picking up transfer portals and letting people go that's not that good and.
Yeah.
And, but I think the program is excelling. And ever since Cal opened his mouth, Calipari ain't been doing nothing. So he ain't been doing nothing in a while. But remember that split comment he said about basically Kentucky basketball is where it's at and Kentucky football sucks?
That's pretty much what he said. I mean, it was back last semester and he said Stoops said Kentucky football didn't wake up on third base. And Calipari said that we're a basketball school, basically. So yeah. I remember
so that was kind of ugly, no infighting, but hopefully they resolve that. But yeah, other than that, I've been doing pretty good. I really truly mean that I like your show. I love your show, man.
Oh, well, thank you.
You don't put the political bull crap in it like Matt Jones does every time, every show. It gets old. If I was his sponsors, I'd be like, hey, we need to talk about basketball, football,
Or Chinese
hockey,
spy balloons.
I don't care what it is.
Yeah, Chinese spy balloons. Yeah.
Not if you want to go Starbucks and get you a mocha latte and or whatever. And they need to. I don't know why they.
Starbucks.
Yeah, to be fair, we do talk about Starbucks. That's true. We do talk about our distaste for Starbucks on the show.
That's all right, but
those are personal reasons, though.
Yeah, nobody likes. Did you say nobody likes Starbucks?
Yeah, even the people that go there don't like it.
Yeah,
they go there because it's routine.
Well, that's very true. I could probably get behind that. Yeah.
Hey, Josh, there's a place. I don't. It's on this side of the state. There's a place called Lassiter's Coffee. I think it's based in Clarksville, but they got one in Hopkinsville and somewhere else in Tennessee. But it's really good. So I go there instead of Starbucks.
I don't really have a coffee place. I just make my own and drink it pretty much black. So I'm just a simple guy from Kentucky, and I like my bourbon and I like my coffee. So
well, it's a good combination. How do you just have a normal coffee maker, or do you have one of those? Do you do fancy like pour over anything like that?
No, mine's just a standard Mr. Coffee pot.
Well, that's the way to go. I get weird. I have like a French press and an AeroPress and a bunch of stuff like that.
I'm grinder.
Yeah, burr grinder. Yeah.
Caden, why is he getting so fancy on us?
Hey, Caden's got an espresso machine.
Oh, does he?
I think I'm the furthest from fancy on this whole podcast.
All two of us.
Well, I was counting our fans too. But
oh, okay. Well, yeah, then.
No, but you guys do have an amazing show. Man, I went back and watched episode 1. It's kind of funny because you could tell that you didn't really know what you're doing yet. So,
yeah, that's very true. We have grown a lot since then, I think.
Yeah, Coleman said, "What'd you do today, Caden?" I said, "Oh, I shot some basketball.
Made a few goals." Yeah.
Well, and what is the count? Where are you at right now? How many followers you have now? I know it's still growing, but
we're almost
a count lately.
Yeah, I think we're almost up to 1.3 thousand on Facebook. I think in terms of subscribers, Caden, I looked today, and we're up to, I think it's 67 subscribers. Podcast. Haven't checked the other platforms. Yeah. But yeah, it's been good.
Well, people need to get on there and give a review like I did.
No, people need to rate it. We're in a bunch of different countries. I think we're on a little bit of a delay here, but yeah, I haven't looked up like our sort of analytics of like location and stuff lately. That's always fun to look at. I did. So I looked at that today, Caden, and Caden, do you know what the most recent city that's been added to the list of
the U.S.?
Yeah, in the U.S. Take a guess.
Well, Houston's not on there anymore.
No, Houston's still on there.
Oh, it's still on there?
It's still on there.
I'm going to say Austin, Texas.
Not Austin, Texas. Josh, you have a guess?
What was the question again?
So what's the most recent city added to the Talkin Kentucky analytics here?
Bristol, Tennessee.
Bristol, Tennessee? Nope. Try Spokane, Washington.
Wow, I was way off.
So I think Gonzaga's getting nervous, Caden, about Kentucky.
We need to make that trip. We need to make that trip one of these days. Talking Kentucky to Spokane.
I know. Save up some money and take a road trip to Spokane. I think that'd be something else. I'd like it.
I'm going to say one thing about Matt Jones. He's got a different personality. He roasts people the long way. I mean, he does have a pretty good show, but it's not at a national level. I admit, you guys are better than him, but I don't, he like I said, he's not a bad person. He has bad, I don't know, sometimes it's about him and not about the show, I guess.
Yeah, so what you're saying is Matt Jones isn't him?
No, he's definitely not him.
Yeah, it looks like, and at least we're being listened to in 2 cities in Washington. This is a good point to bring this up. 2 cities in Washington State. Seattle, 86% of our listeners are there, and then 14% of our listeners in Washington are Spokane. So,
wow,
yeah,
man, that's crazy. Washington, that's awesome.
Yeah, Washington.
I think it's growing. You guys are. I mean, every show's better and better. I mean, it's. You have riots and you have weird holidays and weird this, but that's what makes the show so much better than just a regular sports show.
Well,
because you talk about more things other than just sports. You talk about Kentucky. You talk about trumpet playing. It's just that's what it so makes this show.
We just talked about sports. I wouldn't know what to say 3/4 of the time.
Yeah, that's right. Can't just talk about sports. Got to talk about everything. No, we try, man. We appreciate it. What do you think about this Cutter Bowley kid? Before I let you go,
if you look at his numbers last year, then the kid's spectacular. He's got a lot of talent, and that's another thing. Why does Kentucky football in a recruit? I know you have to have more players for football versus a basketball team. But there's so much good talent in Kentucky, and Calipari doesn't recruit that talent, but Mark Stoops will. He likes Kentucky players from Kentucky.
Yes, he does. I feel like that's something Cal doesn't do a lot of. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cal doesn't. He doesn't really put himself out there for players from Kentucky. Yeah, that we've had our success with getting kids from La Crosse, Georgia, or whatever that place is down there. We've had a lot of good talent out of there. But there's a lot of good talent in here, just like your kids went to Mississippi State over Kentucky. Here we lost a player that's going to do good there when he could have been doing good for us.
Yeah, and Caden, I don't even think Cal really paid attention to Reed Shepherd for a long time, right? Like Louisville was recruiting him pretty hard, but I don't think Kentucky touched him until kind of late in his high school career. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that seems common. Guys that go elsewhere, they say they usually go to the place that someone's been recruiting them for 5 times longer than the schools like Kentucky or North Carolina or whoever.
Yeah.
But this kid looks like he's a real deal. So it's good.
I hope so.
Like he picked us over Tennessee. He could have went south. He could have went to Tennessee
or Michigan or Penn State.
Michigan,
yeah,
Penn State. Yeah, he could have. Them are way bigger. I guess really truthfully, on them are better programs when it comes to maybe not Tennessee. Tennessee stuff. But there's other bigger. He could have went to Michigan's a big school. He could have went to Michigan over us. So I'm glad he didn't pick Tennessee, and I'm glad he's a Wildcat.
Oh, absolutely. Me too, man. Well, thanks for calling in as always, and for your support of the show. Hopefully you'll be getting a sticker in the mail soon. Try to add that to the Patreon today.
I'll put on my new vehicle once I get one.
Heck yeah. It'd be a good conversation starter. All right, man.
You guys take care. I love you. Go Cats. Puke sucks, and nothing sucks like the big orange.
That's right. And Louisville sucks too.
And Louisville,
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. L's down.
Can't forget. Yeah, it's easy to forget. They've been so irrelevant lately. It's easy to forget.
Yeah.
But all right.
Guys, have a good night.
Thanks. You too. Go Cats. Well, there was something else on my list that I meant to bring up to talk about. Oh yeah, the senior prank. The thing I was talking about not walking at graduation for the balloons. Caden, when I was a sophomore in high school, the senior class at Franklin County High School did quite a prank. Somebody rode a motorcycle through the school. Somebody put a dead deer head in the toilet and in one of the bathrooms. It was pretty insane. People put like syrup and like peanut butter on like a bunch of the door handles. Like it was like much worse than leaving balloons in the hallway. So
Yeah, where I went to high school, we didn't. I don't even think my class did anything. I think most classes there were too scared to do it. I guess because something like that would happen. But I have heard of way worse than balloons as well. But the deer in the toilet, that's a new one.
Yeah, it was.
Did you partake in that one?
I did not partake in that one. I just walked into school that day, and just walked in and saw that the back foyer of the school was just completely trashed, and saw like syrup and stuff all over the doors. And I just walked in, and one of the teachers just said, "Go to the gym." Was the first thing. And so like the whole school had to go to the gym for like the first 3 hours of the day while the seniors cleaned it all up. So it was pretty crazy. So yeah, but so all that to say, I think that the balloons were pretty harmless. So I'll have to figure out where that actually was. But well, talked some Cutter Bowley coming to Kentucky. Talked some Travis Ford's wife. Taught some Montana band and TikTok. Some level up trumpet camp. Virginia tennis. There's been a bunch of stuff we talked about. I guess one more thing we have to discuss is the Preakness is tomorrow. Caden, you gonna watch a Preakness?
Well, I had no clue that was happening until you just told me. But
well, there you go.
If it's on at a decent time, I might check it out.
Are you gonna watch root for Mage to win the second leg of the Triple Crown?
I don't know if I can do that after rooting for Rocket Can. I'd feel like a traitor.
Yeah, I don't even know if Rocket Can is running in the Preakness. We'll have to see. But yeah. Well, what's the name of this episode? You Talkin Him.
Oh gosh.
I think that's a good name. I don't know about you.
Yeah, let's do it. Talking Him.
Talking Travis Ford, his wife. No,
you can't put capital H because we're not talking about God and that.
Yeah, that's true. That would be more specific. Does anybody before we go? Does anybody know the score of the Kentucky baseball game? Because I don't. Kentucky, Florida. I don't even know how to look up. I was gonna look up the Kentucky, the NCAA tournament for tennis, Caden.
But if we try to find the volleyball,
I was gonna say if we learned anything from trying to find the volleyball, then we knew it was gonna be hard. Kentucky, Florida baseball. Let's see. Florida Gators, Kentucky Wildcats. Today's May 18th, 2023. And it looks like we're in the bottom of the ninth and Florida's up 10-3. So that's not ideal. But wait, is this softball or baseball? No, it's baseball. All right. Well, we'll go Cats. Hopefully we'll win the next two. So Kentucky
50 games.
Kentucky baseball is not him right now. Yeah, it looks like we're 35-15 right now. So well, on that note, hey, Kentucky's got a player called D. Burke. Is that Drew Burke? D. Burks. You think Drew Burke is playing baseball for Kentucky now?
You know, that wouldn't be my first assumption, but
yes.
you never know.
He's done everything. I mean, he's gone.
Hasn't he aged out of that kind of thing?
I don't know. He's aged out of NTC.
He'd probably find a way. knowing
Oh,
him.
he'd find a way. He definitely found a way. But because he's
Did we
him.
lose to Tennessee?
Yeah, we did.
That's depressing.
It is. But Cutter Bowley chose chose Kentucky over Tennessee today, so we got that. So that's good. So for the time being, we're better than Tennessee. So
God bless you, and good luck, and go kick Tennessee's ass.
And that's what we did today with Cutter Bowley. So, you got anything else, Caden?
Is it Talking Him?
I think it's Talking Him, episode number 52.
Not HYMN, but HIM.
Yeah, HIM. Yeah, we can do HYMN another day. So yeah. Well, for Coleman Scott and for Caden Holmes, this has been episode number 52 of Talking Kentucky. Subscribe to us on everything. Subscribe to us on our new Patreon, which Caden will throw that link there in the chat, where you can get a coffee mug and a sticker now and a shout out on the episode. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and like or follow us here on our Facebook page. We'd love to hear from you there too. So do all those things. Give us a rating, a review, and I think that'll sum it all up. So Tuesday, not Thursday, not Friday next week, Tuesday at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Be sure to tune back in. We're going to have Corey Price on with us, and that's going to be a really good show. Might even close out with ranking some SEC mascots. So that'll be nice. So for Coleman Scott, for Caden Holmes, and for him, this has been episode number 52 of Talking Kentucky. And we'll see y'all next time on Tuesday, specifically. Go Cats. Go him.